All right, greetings and welcome back to another Spinato Spin. Good question to ask on this wonderful spring day is, how's everybody doing out there, right? How's everybody doing? We'll say great. Nah, you don't even have to say great. You know what you say? I'm doing better than good and better than most. Let's hear it. All right, better than good, better than most. That's what we're looking for. You know what we're also looking for? We're looking to understand what season we're in now. We're really in the spring now. You know what the spring is? Time for planting, right? Time to get things going. So that way, as the summer comes, we can keep nurturing our plants and our seeds and start getting things going. And then we got the fall harvest, right? And then after that fall harvest, we got the winter. We got to make sure we save enough for the winter, right? So we can get ready for the next spring. But this is the start of it, right? This is where things get going. This is what we're all trying to do out here, right? We're trying to develop something special with our lives. You know, something about seeds, to give you another idea about how powerful a seed thought is. You realize by the time we were 8 years old, we had basically all of our beliefs laid down in front of us. And who laid it all down in front of us? Somebody else. You see, when we were younger, we had a very fertile mind. And we would take in everything. Matter of fact, we would take it in without even thinking about it. We would take it as belief. We started understanding when we started hearing things over and over and over again in our lives. That's who we wound up becoming. That's who we are. So basically what I'm saying is, years ago when you were 8, 9, 10, it was already laid out. So if you look at your beliefs that you have now, it's all because of what you told yourself over and over again, or what somebody else told you over and over again, and you believed it. See, that's the situation here. You believed it. You heard it over and over and over again, and you kept on thinking, well, that's the way it is. I look around myself, and I see everybody else pretty much the same. That's the way it is. You know, a story about the farmer, I told you about that. That story rings true about the farmer, and he had this eagle, but he didn't know it was an eagle, so he treated it like a chicken, and somebody came by one day and said, that's not a chicken, that's an eagle. And the farmer said, no, acts like a chicken, talks like a chicken, that's a doggone stinking chicken, and don't tell me and get off my property. He says, wait a minute, all right, let's not make a big hush about this. Let's go and let's test it. So you know what he did? He took it to the highest mountaintop he could find, and he grabbed that chicken, supposedly, right? Everyone thought it was a chicken, and he took it and he threw it up in the air. And you know what happened? That thing soared. And you know what it was? It was an eagle. See, you're an eagle. You got to understand what's inside of you. You could do something amazing, and all it's all about is reprogramming your mind. Get yourself start thinking in a positive way. Start thinking about what you can accomplish. Change that belief system. You know, they call it erase and replace. Get that old garbage out of your system. Start telling yourself you're something else. You're something special. You're going to do something special. Tell it to yourself over and over. Why not? Somebody else already did that to you, right? They told you over and over, no, you can't do it. What are you, crazy? You haven't been around here long enough to even understand what's going on. Who are you to come up with these ideas? No, that's not true, is it? You could do something amazing. You just got to reprogram your mind, get yourself thinking that way. Here's one thing I want you to understand. We're all come out like a bouncing frog, don't we? We all come out like a frog, bouncing all over the place, right? And then what happens? The big bad world catches up with us, right? You can't boil a frog by just putting a frog in. It'll bounce right out, right? So what they do is they put you in a subtle situation where the water's nice and cool, lukewarm. You think everything's good, and bam, they turn up the heat, and you got a boiled frog. That's what happens to us. We got to stop ourselves from being in that position. We got to stop ourselves from being there. Now, what's the next picture we got here to make sure we wrap it up the right way here? Yeah, think about it. You are a person running for the roses. You know, this Saturday they're going to run the Kentucky Derby, aren't they? The best horse in America is going to get up on that starting line. He's going to run. Well, what about you? What about you? What do you do when you get up on that starting line? You ready to run? You ready to move? I mean, we used to tell this story a while back. We'd say, hey, wait a minute. You can't run a donkey in the Kentucky Derby, can you? Well, if you're all beat up and you can't do stuff what you got to do and you're not thinking right, you're not going to win that Kentucky Derby. You're not even going to qualify, are you? Well, let's get ourselves qualified for that. Let's do one thing. Show me whatever picture that is. Sharpen that saw. You see, Ben Franklin, I told this story before, but it makes a lot of sense, right? Ben Franklin given 4 hours to chop down a tree. He was given an axe, and you know what they said? They said, well, Ben, what are you going to do to chop down the tree? He goes, I'll chop down that tree and no problem at all. And you know what Ben did? You know what his secret was? For 3 hours, he spent sharpening that axe, sharpening that saw. Well, in order for you to accomplish the goals you want, you got to sharpen your saw. You always got to be sharpening your saw. And that's by sharpening your mind, coming up with better thoughts, coming up with better beliefs in yourself. It's all right there. You are an eagle. You can do something incredible. Spinato Spin, always great talking to you. Hope you have a great week. Hope you have a great early part of the spring. And it's super talking to you. And have a great day, everybody. Take care now.